about our newest product, the rooftop tent. We've got a 5th gen 4Runner here, one of the first vehicles supported with our vehicle-specific mounting kits. And yeah, I just want to talk to you some more about how the kit works, kind of the functionality of our tent that might differentiate it from others, and get you informed. So we can start out with kind of how it looks on the truck and how it opens. You want to follow me around this thing. So the tent is 6 inches thick when it's closed. So it's the thinnest closed rooftop tent on the market. Every single component on this tent is USA made, which is a bit of a product differentiator as well. So to pop it open, it's really simple to our normal camper system. So basically just pins. Truck's a little wet from the snow. That's about how easy it is. And since we don't expect you to climb around on the tires all the time, we do have a ladder system. And rear hatch ladders work really well in addition. So if you want to run that instead of one of these, that's a good option. So basically, collapsible ladder fits in the back of the truck very easily. It just clips on its side of the extrusion. Now let's talk about the doors. So we've got a back door on this, as well as a side door. So both of them are rolled up and zipped up right now. So we've got an interior mesh cover on both of these. Creates a really big, awesome open corner for when you're hanging out up there. And then both sides have obviously a zip down cover, just like a normal tent door like our camper has. We also maintain the 2 forward windows, which help a lot with ventilation, just to keep air moving through there, promotes air through the space really well. The ladder works both on the side and on the back of the tent. These things are also really handy to use with a rear hatch ladder. If that's something that you normally run, it works really well with the tent system. Cool thing about this tent is that it really is so thin. So when it's closed down, it's only 6 inches thick. This truck is on 34s. So the overall height of this vehicle is, I know it's 6'9.5". So you're still gonna fit in a standard 7-foot residential garage door, which is pretty uncommon for a rooftop tent like this, especially on a vehicle that's not stock height. So even though this thing looks pretty stock, it's actually got a Total Chaos +2 kit on it, front and rear, bypass, the whole 9 yards. Follow Hudson Hall on Instagram to learn more about this truck. More generally, the roof on this is really similar to our camper. It has that composite honeycomb. So it's a thermoplastic core with fiberglass on both sides, and then a PET film that's super UV resistant on the roof. Offers a little bit of translucence in the tent, so it doesn't feel like you're hanging out in a cave if you're up there, but still doesn't allow too much light in to make it uncomfortable. It's also really, really resistive to any sort of thermal loading from the sun. It's got a fully white roof that's super reflective, bounces a bunch of light, keeps it nice and cool upstairs. The interior dimensions of this tent is it's a 50-inch wide by 90-inch sleeping area. So you're looking at like 7.5 feet long and roughly analogous to a full-size residential bed, just a little bit longer. Sleeps 2 adults super comfortably, 3 guys if they're comfortable with each other. Rest of the stuff, just kind of coming a little closer on these, the mounting interfaces. So you can see these billet CNC machined 6061 anodized parts, really corrosion resistant, mounted directly on top of these custom mounts that go right to the factory mount points for the rack. So you're gonna maintain as low of a profile as possible. The 5th gen 4Runner mount specifically actually utilizes an antenna delete that we designed. So you have to pull the back section of the headliner out. We have a 3D printed housing that goes over the existing antenna spot, so you maintain functionality of the factory antenna without having that overall stack height. So this is only 1/2 inch off the sheet metal at the low point. So you're really, and there's no interference issues at all in terms of off-road flex. So you're gonna be totally solid there, but you can have as low of a mounting system as possible. So you're not gonna have this 6 inch tall thing 12 inches high on your truck. So you're really maintaining a super thin overall stack height. The tent uses the same extrusion that our camper does, so you're still able to mount crossbars to it, all sorts of accessories. You can mount max tracks to the side, any number of things. Hudson here has CB radio mounts, dust light mount from Baja Designs. Just really, really simple, functional. Really, we kind of wanted this to be the functionality of a roof rack, so you don't need to put a roof rack underneath this. So you're saving the overall weight and expense of running a roof rack. This whole system weighs in roughly about 145, 150 pounds, including the mounting kit. So the tent itself, as a standalone tent, is 135 pounds. So it's super, super light. You're gonna minimize that overall effect on the vehicle when you're off-roading. You keep the center of gravity low, as well as keeping the weight off the roof, which is super, super helpful. On the front of it here, we do have a new fairing that we designed. So this is gonna block a lot of that wind, keep it nice and slippery, and then also keep it really quiet on the front end. So it's a pressed, broken, powder coated piece of aluminum. This is an aftermarket accessory that we're gonna offer. So that's the first production prototype unit there. So we've got an inside view of the side door right here. Both front windows zipped open, so quite a bit of ventilation. The front windows, I guess the smaller forward windows, roll down from the top. So you can crack them if it's raining and you're gonna get a lot of ventilation through there. You can really see the translucent roof, and then we've got that mattress pad underneath. So this is a really high quality, machine washable Cordura cover here. So really tough, really durable, gonna hold up to kind of whatever you throw at it. And I'm holding on to the rear door right here. So apologies in advance for the limited production value of this. This was shot on my iPhone. Nate Norby, who is our normal video editor who works at X Overland, is not available this evening. And yeah, we had to make do. But we really want to get this information out to you guys. If you have any questions, shoot us a comment, give us a call, send us an email. Super, super stoked to offer this product. I think it's a game changer in the rooftop tent game. We're looking at 100% every single component USA made, all manufactured in-house, the thinnest overall rooftop tent and one of the very lightest on the market. This basically is its own roof rack. So it's got more structural integrity than everything else out there, and nothing else on the market is gonna take a beating like this will. So if you still wanna drive fast off-road, if you still wanna have all the functionality of your car as you've built it, this is really the only way to get there. So we're super stoked to get them on your truck.